You are filth, the disgrace of humanity. Jame, you deserve to rot in the depths of hell. Those affectionate blessings were hurled at me right in the middle of my brightly lit office, under the glare of LED lights. Standing in the center of the room, eyes brimming with tears, was none other than Linda, my ex-wife, a master of the fine art of playing the victim. Today, she decided to unleash her full Oscar-worthy performance, painting me as a heartless, cold-blooded traitor who abandoned his wife and child, refusing to pay even a single cent in support. Well, technically that was true, but I didn't even get the chance to explain why before, bam, my colleagues, who never had the patience to hear out any truth, jumped in like 21st century feminist warriors, collectively beating me down. I lost my job in exactly 10 minutes. Yes, you heard that right, just 10 minutes. One moment I was a senior software engineer, the next I was booted out like some petty thief. Boom! A male coworker busted me with a punch to the face. A female coworker spat the words "despicable bastard" at me. And my also-righteous manager personally withdrew $1 million from the company fund to help poor Linda, the ultimate heroic act of the day. That was the official turning point where my life plummeted downhill. I returned home, only to be greeted by Linda's smug, triumphant gaze, pure satisfaction radiating from her eyes. Yeah, I divorced her. Why? Because she cheated. And no, I wasn't paying child support for a kid that wasn't even mine. Linda, my dear ex-wife, was nothing short of a vile, cold-blooded schemer, a master manipulator, a seasoned seductress with an iron will for career advancement. She deceived me for years, and now she refused to accept that I had finally walked away. Fine, she could go wherever the hell she wanted. I was done with women like her. A week later, I sent my CV everywhere, only to receive the same soul-crushing response. Sorry, you're 30? That's too outdated. Outdated? Sure. But guess what? Rent still needed to be paid, and my mother was still battling cancer. And then, fate led me to a fast food joint. There, I met David, a man who looked like a mafia boss, but oddly enough, ran a fried chicken shop. I used to be a software engineer. I can optimize systems, analyze data, manage projects. Great, but here, I just need someone who can wipe tables fast. It stung my pride, but I needed the money, so I swallowed my ego and agreed to a 3-day unpaid trial. Day 1, scrubbing and cleaning my life. I held a broom, wiped tables, and scrubbed toilets with the patience of a Buddhist monk. Day 2, David began training me in the art of frying chicken to perfection and slicing pizza so skillfully that customers wouldn't notice missing pieces. I started to think, cooking might actually be fun. But on the 3rd day, I made a tiny mistake. I poured used cooking oil down the toilet. David lost his mind as if I had just triggered the downfall of civilization. He roared, "Do you think this toilet is a hot pot? The only thing that should be flushed down there is your brain." I swallowed my anger, still held it in, and then Linda walked in. Clinging onto some clueless idiot, she strolled into the restaurant like she owned the place. Meanwhile, I, now fully transformed into a fast food ninja, complete with uniform, cap, and mask, stood ready to serve. "Excuse me, I'd like a large plate of spaghetti with lots of cheese." Linda cooed in a sickly sweet tone that made me want to gag. Alright then, time for payback. Just when I was unsure of my next move, David told me to go to the backyard and pick some potatoes. As luck would have it, the rain had left the soil damp and muddy, and right there, wriggling on a fresh potato, was a tiny adorable earthworm, squirming as if it were waiting for its grand debut. I gently nestled the little earthworm into Linda's plate of spaghetti, then generously showered it with a mountain of Parmesan to create the perfect hidden worm effect. As I served the dish, Linda moaned in delight, praising the exquisite flavor. Ah, the pride I felt in my culinary skills. Then came the golden moment. The tiny head of the earthworm peeked out from the cheese mountain. Linda opened her mouth, ready to take another bite, while I stood there like an artist, awaiting a standing ovation. I had my phone ready, capturing the $1 million moment, as Linda unknowingly devoured her gourmet surprise. Once Linda and her idiot companion paid and left the restaurant, I turned to David. David, I quit. David's eyes bulged. What? Without waiting for another word, I spun on my heels and walked straight out, leaving behind a dumbfounded David, mouth agape, in confusion and rage. I had a much more important task ahead. I chased after Linda, cutting her off as the idiot climbed into his ancient Toyota, probably manufactured during World War I. "Linda, we need to talk." I pulled down my mask and wordlessly showed her the prized footage. Her eyes darted to the screen, and for a split second, I thought she was going to slap me into another dimension. But before she could even open her mouth, her face contorted, her eyes widened like a deer in headlights, her jaw locked in horror, pupils dilating as if she had just seen God, and realized her ticket to heaven had been revoked. And then, blah! Linda projectile vomited straight onto the sidewalk, like a fully functional high-pressure water fountain. But wait, there's more. She shrieked in panic, spun on her heels, and lunged at Toyota Idiot, grabbing him by the collar. "We just ate a worm!" she screeched. The idiot looked at her, clearly unbothered. "You're insane. That was a thick spaghetti, you drama queen." Linda, unable to contain the sheer horror, released another round of digestive fireworks all over him. That was it. He snapped. With the force of 1,000 betrayals, he delivered a slap so powerful, Linda's neck practically realigned itself into another time zone. His Toyota coughed out a dying roar before sputtering off into the distance like a moving scrap heap. Linda, now thoroughly humiliated, staggered away, her fury mixing with the dust cloud left behind by her fleeing Prince Charming. Was it a bit petty? Perhaps. Did I feel guilty? Not even a little. Compared to the hell she put me through, this was pocket change. Now, the million-dollar question. What's next? Should I march back to my old company, sand down the evidence, reclaim my dignity, and rub Linda's downfall in the faces of those gullible morons who believed her? Or should I embrace my newly discovered culinary chaos, venture into the unknown, and make a name for myself in the world of unconventional fine dining?